doubles and coffee. A man see me by the double stand yesterday and tell me, boy, all the politicians is the same, all this friend and all they just when all they in the parliament, all they just lineman thing. Let me tell you something like I told him. I don't know about other people, you're not me. You know. Rowley, when I see Rowley, I feel to vomit. No joke. Because to be a prime minister and have so much power to help people. You see, you have to ask yourself, what are you in politics for? And what are you in politics for? Are you not in politics to do video and for people to know me and to get my picture in the paper? In fact, when them PNM mass media call me for interview or to go on TV show, I say no. If you want to hear anything I have to say, Douglas politics, doubles and coffee, end of story. Because me ain't interested in that. Been there, done that. Been on radio, TV, newspaper since 1997. But the point is, I stay in this country in politics because when you are in power in a Westminster system and you see people in need, you could help them. You see a family of 5, single mother, you could help them one time. You could get food card, you could get hamper, you could get self-help, you could call a minister, you could get school books and shoes and things for the children and see the smile on their face. That's why I in the politics. But when I saw a video yesterday, and when I tell you there are certain things that just hit you deep in your soul. I saw a video of a pensioner. He was receiving pension 7 or 8 years. A princely sum of 2,500 per month. That's the only money, that's the only revenue to live on. A black man, looked to be about 68 years old. And he is doing a video in pain to say that his pension gets stopped when he went in. Imagine wherever he live in, he had to travel and go in to town to find out what happened with my pension. And these wicked, evil, disgusting PNM say, well, we stop it, you have to reapply. And making an application require all kind of paperwork. I and all get a headache just thinking about it. The process of the reapplication, minimum time if PNM was to move efficiently, and we know they don't, 3 to 6 months. What is that human being going to do without that $2,500 to survive for 6 months? But wasn't just him. It wasn't just him as a pensioner. On Facebook and on WhatsApp, over the last 10 days, I've gotten 6 messages, similar messages from elderly people asking me. Now I don't have the answer, but I know what the PNM has been doing. I know their track record. I know that Colman has bankrupted this country. And the money that they have, or they can get, or they can borrow, is to go to specific people to continue the rich getting richer. And those who are non-entities in the mind of the PNM, them is not to get anything. So you are not to get your VAT refund. CPEP workers earlier was to get their pay in 2 halves. The CPEP sent out a message about, oh, they have been paid and so on. They eventually got paid. But a day delay in pay with people at the lowest end of the economic ladder is a day extra of sufferation and starvation. A day that Rowley ain't get paid. He's still eating lamb, jam and ham. He's still drinking scotch and eating shrimps. And now, to crumb it off, while people are suffering, while the PNM has weaned the population off their own taxpayers' dollars, while they cut food cards under Kamala Prasad from 42,000, way back, down in 2017, 2018, I'm not talking about now. They cut food cards from 42,000 when Skippy and Glenn Ramadan had direct impact on getting the resources straight to poor people. You don't have to travel, you don't have to come in, you don't have to fill out no form. They're carrying the staff to fill out form for people. They cut that from since 2018 from 42,000 down to 18,000. All kind of differently able people get cut off the food card list. And the minister say people greedy and needy in COVID when people lining up for hamper. They cut scholarship to bursary. They cut sport funding for national athletes across the board, from elite come down to team to federation, everybody. They cut pan in school. They cut school feeding from 76,000 breakfasts and lunches per day down to 51,000 before COVID. And then during COVID, they take the opportunity to cut more food. Rather than find the children and give them the food, they cut for the online classes. They cut it down to 28,000 meals. That is what PNM has been doing. They shut down MIC centers, NESC centers. They cut gate in half that Kamala was giving. Even children who dying, they delay and try to find every excuse not to find money to help children save lives. This is not funny. And now on top of that, they get the most evil, wicked, heartless, elitist clown to pretend now that he's a man of the people. Small Pin Young in the last week posting up thing, he pushing pan, nearly roll the pan over his toes to support school children in pan. Then he reading books for school children. The same school children that he and Rowley take laptops from that Kamala was giving them. Cut school feeding, cut pan in school, cut extracurricular, cut school transport, Maximan can't get money, cut everything, cut teachers, cut guidance counselors, cut social workers. The education system in a mess. But he sit down with a red socks reading for children to tell you all, vote for him. He cares about you. He loves you. Next thing you know, this morning I had to see, I nearly regurgitate my doubles and my coffee. Small Pin hugging up an elderly person when he's in the government that Kamala Prasad says I had to bust the mark, that they were coming to find excuses to cut old people pension if they had a little 25,000 in savings. That's not even quarter of a month's salary that he going to get when Rowley select him with his other miscreant MPs who put Small Pin to be Prime Minister soon. That's not even 25% of 1 month. And these people say, vote for us. We love you. As I see Beanie Man desecrating, denigrating and disrespecting doubles, and I saw that pensioner video, I went and listened to some conscious music. And of course, must go to my locals. So I listened to my I Sasha, Tell the Truth album. And then I realized, after I listened to a few I Sasha tunes, they pop up I Sasha singing for PNM. Now don't get me wrong, I really don't care if artists sing for a political party because they're paid highly. What I care about is if they really mean what they're singing. And if they sing and they thought that they meant they were singing from the heart in 2015, September 7th, let's do this. And after 9 years and 5 months, you realize they didn't do nothing but recuse themselves. They enrich themselves. They rent out their own building. One minister get in the last 9 years $69 million in rent plus $38 million to outfit his own building. One human being. Why they couldn't take that $108 million and give pensioners an extra 1,000 or 2,000? No, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They do it for themselves. One man who want to be prime minister now nearly reach 100 recusals. His brother benefit from the government of Trinidad and Tobago that he's a part of. He's the Gary Sobers of. He's the main man with Rowley to the tune of over $5 billion in work. Plus he get to move in to get a license to be a bank. Plus his father was in charge of IFC and get $15 million a year. You at Williams, strong, brilliant black man, resigned from the IFC, but no information on why. And these fellas coming now with red jersey to tell you, let's do this. So I asked my brothers like Isasha and others, and nothing is wrong because this pensioner and other people could have been hoodwinked and fooled by lies of the PNM, because the PNM don't care about truth. They will tell a lie over and over and over, no matter how disgusting and fake it is, no matter if it's email gate, no matter what it is. They don't care, because them in politics, not to help pensioners. Them in shed a tear when 28 babies dying in NICU, when people getting murdered across this country, little children dying on basketball court and football field from bullet, Let's do this. They did it for themselves. Our next minister playing, he love pan. But pan train, they go renting he building. And then the whole country has gone to Rome. Rome could get what you want because it's friendly. I happy for those who get, good for you all. I am vexed. But when you're in politics, you're supposed to believe in the Constitution and use the resources to the bulk of people. They like the ball and in life spotlight. So let me tell you something. Life sport, all they talk. It's 2,768 young black boys was getting help. $1,500 for 10 meals per week, plus psychologists, counselors, national heroes, taking them off the streets. Out of them, only 2 died in 24 months, They talk about a man who get 34 million. If the man I want to do his work, this is what company would have dealt with that and fight on that. But they can't say nothing about annual renty building or annual take life support money or annual this, and they keep talking. Life support was for the youth, for the people, to put food in their belly, to tell them there's opportunity and hope. They don't have to do crime. What PNM do? Wean you and all the poor people off your money to give themselves recusals, to enrich themselves. Now each one of them fighting to be the next member of parliament to go and get their piece. Turn our entire country in a selfish, self-centered, cowardly manner. Because you become what your leaders are. You know when the PNM was lost forever? When Maurice Marshall died. Because the PNM under Williams had started off well. With cooperatives, with agriculture, with education, with secondary schools, with helping, with jobs, with hospital. But along the line, O'Halloran and them took over and showed Dr. Williams, hey, it's easy to take money here. Then the NAR came in and was showing and fighting to bring back this country. But then there was options. Maurice Marshall was to be the next leader of the PNM. Maurice Marshall loved people. He's a man on the ground. He was a man who would get his hands on the resources. He would not wean the people off the resources. He would have put the resources to uplift the communities. But unfortunately, as would happen with all good people in the PNM, he passed away. Patrick Manning tried. He was half-half, but he was trained by Dr. Williams in 1971. And Dr. Williams told him, son, when he went to tell him about corruption in the Ministry of Energy, Dr. Williams drew a line through all his research and his investigation and told him, son, go and do the work I told you to do. And that created Patrick Manning. So when people came to him about Montai and Calder Hart and Uttara Rao and the TNTech man who was the chairman and put himself on every committee, he draw a line through that. He not interested. And then the PNM went straight to hell with Obia, with Keith Rowley. A man who only interests money, love money. Money is his passion. He get vexed and shout and lose control when he lost money. When a contractor ain't get a contract from Calder Hart, mash up the whole party. When he come down to cuss media and shout at you, it has something to do with money. Defending Jindal, never defend a pensioner, a baby. Then shout and say, why did my babies die in the NICU? No, money. And that's where the PNM has gone rotten. And from Rowley, we are now gone worse to Small Pin. A man whose family has benefited over $5.5 billion since he has become a PNM minister. And now all you think we're going to take that? So all the pensioners, I apologize, but you all need to sit down, say your prayers and get ready to vote. When they attack Kamala Prasad, why? Because she puts the resources to the people, to the children, to the babies, to the single mothers, to the pensioners. You have to vote for you. When you vote UNC, everybody wins. So to that pensioner who lost his $2,500, I feel it in my heart and my soul. I can't help you now because in opposition you can't do nothing. But when the time comes, my brother, and to all pensioners, and to all people who want opportunity and believe in merit, vote out the PNM. Vote out Rowley's clone Small Pin. Get rid of all of them. The PNM has lost its way. Maurice Marshall, wherever he is, he rolling, he cringing at what the PNM has become. Get rid and reject that evil, Obia, wicked PNM under Rowley and Small Pin.